guys, it's Smiley. I'm here with Adam from Holosun. We are at the Holosun event. Adam, thank you so much for taking the time out to do this. Can you talk about this a little bit? So you guys have a lot of stuff that you guys have already released out on Instagram that you have out here, and a lot of it night vision centric, a lot of new optics or evolved optics. Can you kind of walk us through what you guys have here?
Yeah, so thanks for coming out. Obviously you're a VIP because it's like a VIP event, man. So this is a guy to watch.
Thank you.
So, all right, so we have our new Ames Max, and this is the Pro version.
Okay.
So we're used to that little star key that would take this on and off. Now you're gonna be able to have more of a hefty duty style release on there. You're also gonna have a kill flash built into the front there so your viewers can see. And if you flip that down, the kill flash does go down, but if you leave it up, you have kill flash up.
Okay.
It just helps reduce that glass, the light you're seeing come in, it diffracts as it comes out.
Okay.
We also have probably what is gonna steal the show for a second year in a row, and that's the iris.
Exactly.
Everyone wants the iris. I agree, I love it too, guys. So there's different irises, 1 through 4, and those vary anything from like a single laser, IR or visible, up to the 4, which is IR laser, IR illuminator, and visible laser, and white light. Okay. Yeah. So it's like an admin light for the most part. It's not something you're going to use 1,000 yards, but bright enough to do most of what you're going to do.
Exactly. And 1,000 lumens is the standard, I guess you would say now. So I love how you guys took the time to pay attention to that, because previously, and then some of the competitors, they're giving a good 300 lumens or 400, 1,000. Nobody's going to question that at all. So I'm super happy with that.
Yeah, it's going to be a great one. And then we have our Raid, which is probably one of the things I'm really excited about.
Yes.
For the mere fact that we all use white light all the time, right? Exactly. When you're out in your car trying to do something or trying to find something. This can be a handheld or weapons mount. It's up to you. It does come with a pick mount or an M-lock mount. Okay. And then you're going to have your crane switch in the back, so you can do that. And there is both a white light head, and also you can buy a second head, which will be IR.
Okay, so I didn't know that. So I do have the Raid. I think you guys knocked it out the park with that. I love how you guys included the small fire button as well, because a lot of the other competitors or companies out there have this massive fire button that takes up so much rail space. Your guys takes up maybe 2 or 3 rail slots. Yeah. So I thought that was interesting. And then here with the Iris 3, I'm seeing that you guys have kind of a dual. Can you talk about that a little bit?
So we have another switch here, which we're gonna have some dedicated switches on. We're not doing a whole lot in depth right now with this, but we're trying out different things. But kind of like you mentioned, we have more like this one, which is just your standard real small light. And if you guys knew what our old ones were, our original version, they were a lot wider, they were not the easiest thing.
No, they weren't.
Right?
They were kind of high too, because you guys had the Picatinny adapter on there.
So this kind of fixed up a lot of us had kind of we requested, let's put it that way. And then we have, like I said, this new one, which has all kinds of different options on it.
Yeah, so what is it, 3 different buttons?
Yeah, so we're looking at some dedicated white light, dedicated other things. But again, this will kind of time will tell how this all fluxes out based on some user feedback as well.
Awesome.
So those are kind of like 3 of the biggest guys. Another cool one, which is going to be something that was asked for a lot, was, hey, I have astigmatism. I want something that's not just a red dot. This has etched, this is our new MP3X, and this has etched reticle.
So pretty much a prism optic.
Exactly, yes. And so it's a 3x fixed magnification. You have your buttons up top to change your brightness settings, a QD mount. Okay. But this kind of gets us into that realm of someone saying, hey, I'd rather have an etched, I'd rather have a prism style.
Yeah, and correct me if I'm wrong, this is your guys' first prism that you guys have released.
Yeah.
Because I've seen you guys play with them before, but this one's actually planning on coming
out. This one is going to be hitting the market, and I think it's going to do really well with, it's a great set.
What's the footprint on that?
That one I don't know right now what the dedicated is going to be. We're still working on some of those things.
Okay, gotcha.
Obviously, we try to be as conscious of the consumer as possible.
For people to be able to.
You're not buying 18 different mounts for 18 different things. So we do try to be cognizant of that.
Okay.
Then a really cool one. So you guys know I love the SCRS. I'm a huge fan of it. This is the RO, the Advanced Rifle Optic. And so think of the SCRS in terms of the form factor, but now you have your buttons up top to change your brightness settings. You have a battery in the side. And you still have your same mount you love, subdued branding on both sides.
People love that. I know years ago they were like, subdue it. So that's super nice.
We do listen, guys. A little bit, but we know. So that's the RO. And then we have the, for those that like yourself that have a finer palette in light. We do have the RO Evolved, and that's this guy. So you have your solar panel up top, you have your battery tray on the side. You're also going to have the ability to have flip caps. And so the cool thing with these is that, trying not to have a single fly.
Oh, for sure.
Is that you have a kill flash, which is screwed in there as well. So that can be unscrewed and take the kill flash out.
I like that you guys have added the kill flash on a lot, because again, with current conflicts in the world, we're seeing Holosun used practically everywhere. So now we're kind of stepping outside of just your everyday, civilian use and kind of touching different markets. So I think that's awesome. On top of our doomsday preppers that don't want to see people to see. So, you're making everybody happy. So I'm super excited to see that.
Yeah.
So talk more about the RO Evo.
Yeah, so this is the RO Evo. So this is the RO, the Advanced Rifle Optic Evolved. And that gives you that kill flash, the flip caps, the solar panel. kind of just those finer things in life. You're like, hey, I want to take that next step up.
Yes.
This gives you the option of that next step up.
I like it. It looks a bit chunkier for those of you guys that are seeing it. I'll have B-roll rolling so you can see it. It's a little bit chunkier, looks a little sturdier, but I love the Subdue logo. Again, the solar panels on top, it's kind of your guys' like staple. You guys are to my understanding, the only people that are doing it right now that are doing it correctly. So that's super nice. Can we talk more on, so we spoke Iris 3, let's talk Iris 1 and 2, because those are kind of interesting and they reach a crowd that is kind of fine, right? So the people that have money to get into night vision, but may not have the funds to get into like Steiner or PEG 15 NGOS type stuff. So let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, so it's kind of the Iris 1. You may have somebody who says, hey, I really want an IR laser or a visible laser, but maybe I have the radar ready with the IR head. So I don't need an IR illuminator. I don't need to spend extra money. So instead, they can go with this with just an IR laser or a visible laser, up to them. You can step up to the Iris 2, which actually I'm going to show you guys the form factor so you can see the difference.
Yes.
It's not a massive difference, but it is thin.
The Iris 1 is definitely small. I feel like you can see this a lot on like your subguns, your MP5. So if you pair that with the Raid, you'll be able to knock that out instantly.
Yeah, so the 2 gives you the IR illuminator, IR laser, and then the visible laser as well.
Yes.
So it kind of just stacks. You kind of go up. The Iris 3 obviously, or sorry, 4 is going to be your white light.
Yes.
So you kind of just keep stacking up higher and higher and higher, and you keep going up from there. So it just gives you the options. Which is kind of nice. If you guys remember our old laser setup, the HS or LS and HE, you kind of can do the same thing. You kind of build it based on what you wanted. You didn't have to go with nothing or up to the top. You had things in the middle.
Which is nice. I always say, and all of my viewers know this, is options, right? Everybody wants options. There's no one size fits all. Obviously, your most general option is going to be the Iris 3 for people that want to hit a general everything. And then if you want like, hey, I don't want artificial white light, I just want it built in, you go with the Iris 4. But I think the Iris 1 and the Iris 2 are going to fit a specific crowd, and I think they're going to be super excited to see that you guys not have only evolved on it, because you guys already have lambs in that, but kind of cater to their spot a little bit. So I think they're going to enjoy that a lot.
Yeah, I think they're going to do really well. I think people are, the night vision world is expanding faster than any of us could have ever predicted, probably.
Exactly.
So it's going to be great to see with all these things, obviously with our thermal optic, our night vision optics.
Exactly.
These are all usable those as well. So great to see.
Last question, I guess, because I'll probably grab some DPMS footage tomorrow, right? Is DPMS the pistol one?
DPS, digital pistol sight.
Yeah, that one's it did tons of views last year. I'm sure it's going to do a lot this year, and it's coming out this year, correct?
Yeah, you guys are seeing it. We don't have an exact release date right now.
Yes.
But it is its final form, more or less.
Okay.
Everything is, you guys are going to see it. It works great.
Okay.
The features are there, and we're still building on those features to make it even better. But it is, you guys are going to see it. You're going to like it. It's really cool.
So speaking of release dates, when can we see some of these? What's the earliest? What's the latest?
Q1, Q2. Some are coming out like sorry, Ames Pro.
Okay.
I want to say Iris. Ames Pro. And then I believe it's the RO and the RO Evolve. Those are looking at Q1, Q2.
Okay.
The Radar is already shipping, obviously. And then the Iris, some of those are shipping as well.
Gotcha.
So you're definitely going to see a little bit of a stagger.
Okay.
The DPS, I don't have a release date yet.
Okay.
But
so
that's
probably
one that
towards the end of the year.
Probably, yeah. Okay. Obviously, we're doing some of our final testing now to make sure whatever we give you guys is a really refined product.
Makes sense. And then with the Iris, you mentioned the IR head, or not the Iris, excuse me, the Raid. So people that have already purchased the Raid that's out there, when can they expect the IR head?
Yeah, I don't have an exact date yet.
Okay.
We're getting into that though, because there's one thing that I think a lot of us from the team were like, we really need an IR head.
Yes.
For the night vision optic, but just in general.
Exactly.
And so that should be out launching very soon.
Awesome.
I don't know yet when that's going to be like widely available though.
I got you. Too easy. Well, Adam, thank you so much for allowing this. I appreciate it. You guys hear it here. You guys will see more coming up. Thank you guys so much for watching.